Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like the video if you like the video. And I won't tell if you click that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, so this video is, I've seen the stuff about Kyle Rudolph going around. And I'll start off with Kyle Rudolph. He was signed before Kenny Golladay, I think on the first 1 or 2 days of free agency. And everybody loved the signing because he is that big body that the offense was missing. We didn't know if we were going to get Golladay yet, and we needed a vertical threat. And when I say vertical threat, I don't mean a vertical threat as far as going deep down the field. I mean a vertical threat as far as someone who can go up and grab the ball out of the air. We did not have any sort of presence on the roster like that. And looking at our team right now, we still don't have one because Kenny Golladay is also in the cold tub. You got half of the roster, half of our productive players still not able to go, still not able to practice fully, still not able to play in games. And going back to Rudolph, he is someone that was supposed to stabilize this offense in a number of ways. Kyle Rudolph has consistently over his entire career been extremely efficient in the red zone. I made a video breaking down all of his red zone stats since 2017 or 2016 or something like that. He's been incredibly reliable in the red zone. He's had seasons where he's caught like 85 to 90% of the passes he was targeted to in the red zone. So that's something that we needed him severely for because we were ranked 31st in the league in the red zone. Another place where Kyle Rudolph was supposed to help us is in the short area. He can run those stick routes, turn around and catch the ball in traffic, contest it. He can use his body to shield off defenders to be able to catch the ball and not have people jumping over his back and not have, shaky hands because he's got somebody breathing down his neck. He was a guy that was supposed to stabilize that so you could move Evan Engram out into a move tight end kind of position where you saw him yesterday in Browns practice. You saw him go right down the seams and catch a long pass. That's what he's here for. That's what he's always been here for. And I do not understand why Giants coaching staff consistently misuse Evan Engram. Yes, he's had his drops. Yes, he's had some horrible blunders while he's been a Giant. But at the end of the day, Evan Engram has consistently been misused since he became a New York Giant. I mean, the same way that a coaching staff prior to this coaching staff and prior to the McAdoo and all of those guys, they use guys like Brandon Myers incorrectly. They've never known how to use any one of these receiving tight ends, and it's really mind-boggling. Why are you putting Evan Engram at the point of attack, telling him to block against a guy that's, 40, 50 pounds heavier than him, when you could be using him consistently to just go out, be that big slot, be that big tight end, move tight end, and be the matchup nightmare that you literally drafted him to be? I don't understand it. I really don't. And that's what Kyle Rudolph was supposed to be able to do for Evan Engram. Now, I have seen in practice that they've been using Caden Smith and they've been using Cole Hicatini in that role. And I hope they continue to do that. I really do. Because Evan Engram is just not a good fit as traditional tight end. He's not able to play in traffic. He is not able to block at the point of attack consistently, dominantly. And he's gotten a lot better in his career. He's gotten a lot better. And if you need him to be the backslide blocker, or if you need him to be like a lead blocker and he's going to be one-on-one with a safety or a corner, he's got that 100%. But you do not want this dude blocking defensive ends. I don't understand it. Going on top of that, Kyle Rudolph is a better blocker. He's a short area guy, and he was supposed to open up things for Evan Engram. And guess what? Football is a game of dominoes. Once you open up things for one player, that opens up things for other players. Guess what happens if you have a threat going up the seam? That opens up things for the slot. That opens up things for the outside receivers that are going deep, because you can't just cheat over to Darius Slayton, or you can't just cheat over to Kenny Golladay. You have to worry about if both of our safeties split and one is shading over to Golladay and one is shading over to Darius Slayton, right down the middle, Evan Engram is one-on-one with a linebacker that cannot keep up with him. So that needs to open up things for everybody else. So we're going to miss Rudolph just by that presence in the red zone, the presence in the short area, and what he does for everyone else, including Evan Engram, that's going to help the outside receivers, that'll help the slot, that will help Saquon Barkley at the point of attack, because Rudolph is just a better blocker at the point of attack than Evan Engram. So we need him severely. So we need this guy to be healthy as soon as possible. I don't think he'll be ready by week 1 on the pace that he's going now, but hopefully he'll be ready by week 2 or 3. But I wouldn't really panic right now. I just do think that he opens up things for a lot of pieces in the offense. I just really do think that. Also, Kadarius Toney. What's going on with him? Why is Kadarius Toney still not ready to play in a game? He got ramped up to the point to where he was practicing with his teammates. He wasn't really standing out in those practices. He caught a couple of passes because he was just getting his feet under him, but he looks a little sluggish. And I think people are saying that he pulled something. They won't tell you what it is. They're also saying that, maybe something still to do with COVID that he's still trying to get over with. I simply don't know. I just don't know what's going on with Kadarius Toney. I'm not going to say he's a bust until I see the guy for years not be good, because that's how it works with the draft. But it is concerning to see him not be able to play in a game, not be able to practice fully. And we are, 3 or 4 weeks, almost a month. At this point, I think a month in the training camp. And he's still basically in the same predicament that he was in at the beginning of the training camp. And we were told at the beginning, he's vaccinated, he got COVID, he should be right back. Still the same predicament. Aaron Robinson, still the same predicament. Our entire draft class, Azeez Ojulari and Rodarius Williams have been really the only guys that were here. Brightwell finally practiced with the team yesterday. He looked pretty good running the football, but he's got an uphill battle. The rest of our draft has been in the cold tub. Aaron Robinson, Kadarius Toney, Ellerson Smith, guys who Giants fans, besides probably Ellerson Smith, expected to be heavy contributors and reasons why we thought that we would improve this year, and they're on the sideline. So we've got to get these guys back. I don't know what's going on and why these injuries have been lingering on for so long. They all just seem so strange that this entire draft class is basically injured. But all we can do is just wait. All we can do is just wait to just see how this plays out. Aaron Robinson and Ellerson Smith were guys that I really wanted to see in the preseason to get those reps. Ellerson Smith is a guy that we said that we were trying to develop. Kind of hard to develop if he doesn't see game action, because he can't get on the field this year because he's so far down the depth chart. Doesn't see any preseason action. That's not going to be that helpful for him. Aaron Robinson is a guy who we wanted to play a lot this year. Now he's going to be behind because he missed all of training camp pretty much and all of the preseason. So we got to get a move on it right here. But other than the draft class, just to finish it off, Kenny Golladay is still on the sideline. I think they're just keeping it slow with him. I think they're just going to ramp him up to week 1. But if he can't go, it really starts to not look great. It really starts to not look great as far as the offense goes, because what's so different between what the roster looks like right now with everybody on the sideline and what it looked like last year? Not much difference at all. Worst case scenario, the Giants could be week 1, no Saquon, no Kenny Golladay, no Kyle Rudolph, no Kadarius Toney. And that means that our starting 3 wide receivers are probably Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, and David Sills. We're really at that point right now. So we have got to get some of these guys healthy. We got to hope that Saquon and Kenny Golladay can at least get back week 1. If not, this offense is going to be some more tough sledding, and we got some tough defenses at the beginning of the year. Denver, Washington, I think Rams are after that is the Falcons, which is kind of a breather, and then you got the Rams week 4. So we got to get a move on here. We got to get some of these guys healthy and in sync with the offense before we end up in a hole because of these injuries at the beginning of the season. So you guys let me know what you think about what's going on with all these injuries. We got another joint practice with the Browns today. It should be fun to watch. I've been liking how the offensive line has been playing and getting better together. Same with the defensive line. The pressure's been going crazy. So I have another video after that practice. And you guys have a great rest of your day. If you made it this deep into the video, come on, just hit the subscribe button. I make Giants content primarily, draft content secondarily, and during the season, I'm going to be doing a lot of reacting to pretty much most of the NFL games and everything NFL. So if you made it this deep, go ahead and join the D6 squad.